In a blinding snowstorm, it's very difficult to see where you're going. Well, we are about to make it even more difficult. Let's get started. Hello, my friends. My name is Andrew Fantasia, and welcome to a blind review of Frozen 2. I haven't seen it yet, but that's the point. I'm going to tell you exactly what happens. As usual, if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up and give some love to that subscribe button as well. So what's going to happen in Frozen 2? Because Frozen 1 was pretty damn epic. How do you top that? How do you take two princesses on an even grander adventure than you already have? Well, we know they're leaving Arendelle and they're striking off into the great unknown to find, I don't know, themselves, Jesus, the Ark of the Covenant. They could be looking for anything. Frankly, I don't think it's any of the things I mentioned, though. I think they are looking for the source of Elsa's powers. However, there's a twist here. Anybody who has studied Asian mythology or the magic systems from role-playing video games knows that there are 4 elements, baby. Earth, air, fire, and water. Now, I guess Elsa's power is water. It just happens to be really, really cold water, because she's always freezing stuff and creating snowflakes and ice and everything. But guess what? Ice, snow, vapor, all of that stuff, crystals, they're all water, just taking various forms. So, if I were a betting man, and I am because I'm wearing sunglasses, I would say that there are 3 other Elsa-like ladies out there. Their names probably aren't Elsa because that would get kind of confusing. I'm going to call them Janine, Natasha, and Pam. Janine has complete mastery over the element of earth. Natasha can summon fire and do all kinds of crazy fire tricks. And Pam is a master of airbending. Not that airbending, though, because that's already trademarked and copyrighted. Elsa has to meet up with these 3 other princesses, and together they have to pool their magical resources and use their infinite powers to take down, I don't know, some kind of threat. I'm gonna say a giant octopus. A giant octopus is threatening the world, and it can only be stopped by these 4 princesses. Because here's the thing, the octopus has all these flailing limbs and stuff, but the limbs each kind of have a mind of their own, okay? So this limb might be super, super sensitive against rocks and earth. So if you throw rocks and earth at it, this tentacle is going to be hurt. But that same tentacle is immune to fire and ice and air. So you can only hurt it with earth. But this tentacle, maybe you can only hurt it with water. So you need all the princesses to gang up on this octopus to take it out of commission and save the world from its nefarious ink, because it's going to cover the world in ink. That's right, that's what octopi do now, apparently. I'm making it so. And this is a special kind of ink that puts people into a coma, so it's kind of like the magical curse from Sleeping Beauty, somehow solidified into this ink. And the ink is going to spread all over the planet until it puts everybody into a coma, and the octopus will be the only living thing left, and it'll become the evil overlord of the world, and the princesses ain't having that. However, there's some twists in here. Natasha, the princess who is Elsa's literal polar opposite, the princess who deals with fire, she's not very cooperative. Janine and Pam are ready to rock and roll. They're ready to pool the resources and team up and fight the octopus, but Natasha is going to take some convincing. She doesn't get along with the other princesses, especially Elsa. So what's going to follow is straight out of The Year Without a Santa Claus. I'm talking Heat Miser versus Cold Miser, Elsa versus Natasha, Ice versus Fire, Royal Rumble, SmackDown, WrestleMania 2017. Hulk Hogan's going to have a cameo. He's going to be just some troll who lives on a mountain who's commenting on everything, and he's like, whoa, check out that fire blast, brother. And everybody's going to be standing around being like, guys, stop fighting. We have bigger problems. But they're not going to listen because they really don't get along. Of course, it wouldn't be a Disney fairy tale without some kick-ass music. It's going to be hard to top Let It Go, but I have the perfect solution. Since Natasha is Elsa's polar opposite, her song should theoretically be the polar opposite of Let It Go. So I'm giving Natasha a song called Take It Back. And Natasha's song is all about how people have been robbing her of something, of opportunity, of, being able to make her own decisions in life, something. Natasha feels like she has been robbed, she has been slighted, and that the world is against her. So she is finally going to stand up and take back what she believes is hers. And Take It Back is going to top the friggin' charts. Parents, get ready to hate this song. Kids, get ready to have your parents hate this song. everybody is going to be singing Take It Back. Just please don't try to emulate Natasha by setting things on fire, because that's not going to help anybody, and your parents probably like your home as it is rather than as a pile of ash, even though you can't spell Natasha without ash. Finally, after hours of struggle and despair and singing, Natasha and Elsa are finally going to put aside their differences, hook back up with Janine and Pam, and together the four princesses are going to summon the full fury of all four of nature's elements and put a stop to the giant octopus once and for all. What about Anna and Kristoff and Olaf and Sven the reindeer? They're fine. They're tagging along. They're just having a great time, enjoying the scenery. I mean, look at the pretty scenery in these trailers. You got maple leaves, you got a beautiful autumn forest, you got trees, water. What more could you? They're fine. They're sightseeing throughout all this. They figure, well, if we lose, the octopus is going to kill everybody, so we might as well just enjoy our lives while we can. And as a bonus, I'm going to predict what's going to happen with Anna and Elsa's parents, because apparently we're going to learn more about the King and Queen of Arendelle. And here we go. I'm going out on another limb here. I don't think the King and Queen that we saw in Frozen 1 are actually Elsa's parents. I think they are Anna's parents, but I think Elsa is a special case. Because remember, she has powers, Anna doesn't. Nobody else has powers. Where did Elsa come from? I don't think they're really her parents. I think she's adopted. I think they adopted her from Vanilla Ice. Vanilla Ice had an illegitimate daughter one day with one of his groupies, and he was like, oh man, I was cool as ice once, but now I gotta be a father. I don't know if I can handle this. He was young, he was reckless, he panicked, he put Elsa up for adoption. The King and Queen of Arendelle saw the adoption notice and said, hey, we'll take this kid, we'll give her a good home. Little do they know, she's got snow powers because of who her daddy is. And in a very heartwarming scene, or rather, heart-chilling scene, Elsa will come face to face with her real father, who will be a raggedy old man at this point, and her and Vanilla Ice will have a heart-to-heart. She'll forgive him for giving her up. He will impart her with some words of wisdom that will give her the courage to save the day at the 11th hour, and the third act will culminate with the princesses being the heroes they were always destined to be, and Vanilla Ice will watch proudly from the sidelines, a single frozen tear trickling down his cool-as-ice cheek as he watches his daughter save humanity from a really, really big fish. Am I right? Of course I am. I don't even need to ask you that. But if for some weird reason you're a terrible person and you think I'm wrong, chime in the comments below. What do you think is going to happen then, Mr. or Mrs. Smarty Pants, in Frozen 2? Let me know. Thank you so much for tuning in to this blind review of Frozen 2. My name is Andrew Fantasia. I will see you here next time. And until then, adios.